Hey everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to talk about beauty tools as far as brushes go, and I'm actually traveling, so I wanted to let you know what my essentials were and what I use them for. So hopefully you can get a better idea about brush types, and there are a million of them out there, so hopefully you'll find the right one for you. The 4 brushes I want to talk about are brushes I picked up from Walmart actually. They're called Spa Resource, and you can go online and go to sparesource.ca. I found them in my Canadian Walmart, and I'm actually pretty impressed with these. They're all wooden handles and they're coated like this, so they're like waterproof. The bristles are all natural and really soft, but they actually have some type of density to them, so you're not just putting eyeshadow everywhere. I really like the quality of these, and they range from $3 to $4, which is pretty amazing for an eyeshadow brush of sorts. This one's actually pretty nifty. They call it the eye contour, and it's actually a flat top, so it picks up just the right amount of eyeshadow, and I place it right here and I drag it in, and I'm not sure if you can see it, but it actually creates this like V shape, so it helps you contour in your V really easily, especially for beginners. So I highly recommend these. The other eye brushes I have are from Sephora and MAC, and these are quite more expensive. They're about $18, $19, probably $20 here in Canada. I bought these in the States. And they range from your eyeliner. I use the flat top for eyebrow, eyeliner, so it has multi-uses. And this is my smudger brush. And this is also a cream eyeshadow brush. And I wanted to compare this one, which was $20 versus the $3 one. And this one's a little smaller. They do the exact same job. And actually I prefer the smaller one because A, it has a longer handle, and you have more control with it because it's smaller instead of placing it like all over your eye. This actually I tested with the L'Oreal Infallible eyeshadows, and it picks it up great versus the natural bristle, which kind of flakes it everywhere. So if you're looking for a good brush, I recommend this one. Alright, so on to my face brushes. We'll start with my foundation brush, which is a Sephora Professional brush, number 56. It's the Precision, and it looks flat from here, like your typical flat foundation brush, but it's not. It actually has a slight dome to it. And this works really well with picking up liquid foundation or tinted moisturizer, and I dab it on and buff it in, and it makes it really even. You don't have to worry about streaks, unlike this one where it's flat and you have to do a crisscross motion in order to blend all the streaks in. So this is really great. I use this every day. This was on a little pricier side. In the States it's about around $30, but I use it every day, and it actually has antimicrobial properties, so you don't have to wash it as often, but I still wash it often because I use it every day. So yeah, I like this one a lot. If you're looking for a different alternative instead of the flat brush, I would definitely try this out. So another foundation brush that is really great with buffing and giving you the airbrush look is their number 55. It's the original foundation airbrush brush that they came out with, and it's not as dense as the other one. It's kind of fluffier, so instead of precision, it picks up more liquid and you kind of plop it on and buff it in. This works just as good, but I like having more control. So I use this one as my blender brush now. If I have a contour or a blush or anything that I see that I want to blend in, this works really well as a blending brush. On to blush brushes. These are angled brushes. Clearly, as you can see, the angle. This is same thing, Sephora Professional line. It's all synthetic. It's really soft. I like it, but as far as picking up blush, I feel like it picks up too much. So when I put it in my MAC blush or my Tarte blush and I put it on, it gives me more of a streak, and then I have to blend it. So I feel like using this makes me do another step. So I generally use this for highlighter since it's more precision. Put in the highlighter, nose, cheeks, wherever. This is your go-to brush for that. Right now for blush, I am using this one. It's a natural bristle, so it picks up less product, gives me more of a natural look. I am in search of looking for a smaller blush brush so I can apply it to the apples of my cheek and bring it up instead of just applying the product here versus here, so it's a little more difficult to work with. And this is also Sephora Professional, or just their standard. This is an older one that I picked up a while ago. For mineral, I use two separate brushes. This is obviously the Bare Essentials brush. It's short, you swirl it and you tap it. This is really great for giving you a natural look. This is not dense at all, but it picks up the powder great and it gives you a very natural, soft look. Now, if you want something with heavier coverage, if you want your mineral makeup to be a little heavier, especially your foundation, I recommend using a smaller, denser brush like so. This is from Sephora. And as you can tell, the top is more of like a kabuki top. It's really dense, circular. So once I put it in the product, it like soaks it up and then I buff it in. So this one is definitely a heavier coverage brush. And last but not least, I have my concealer brush. This is part of the Sephora Professional line. Again, I just really like the heaviness of it. Just in general for the professional line, that's why I got so many. But this one helps me buff in my concealer. So it's similar to your foundation that we had talked about earlier, but it's more of a rounded center. So you can go under your eyes, have a blemish, and just blends it right in. Or you can always use your finger if you're working with a concealer that needs some heating with your hands, possibly put your fingers in it, dab it in, and then if you want to soften the look, put this over any blemishes or anything, and it works great. Alright, so as a bonus, I'm also going to talk about little extra beauty tools that I use fairly often. Hopefully one of them won't gross you out, but it's really helpful for me. So this was that flat brush I was talking about earlier, and you're probably wondering, oh, why does she have that and she uses the other one? Well, I love using this for masks. So if you have a mask in a jar or in a tube, and I always feel like I'm wasting product by putting it on my hand and then I have to wash it off my hands, I use a flat brush. You can also use a fan brush, dip the brush in the product, and you can place your masks on. So that way your hands are clean, you don't waste as much product, and it's just really great because you feel like you're at the spa and you're doing it yourself, and it's obviously not $80 to $100 or something crazy like that. So this is my mask brush, and this is by Ecotools. This is actually really popular in the States and in Canada. I've seen them all around, and they're all natural, like bamboo handles, and they're really great. All the brushes that I mentioned have never shed on me, maybe 1 or 2 hairs while I'm washing them, and that's it. So everything that I mentioned have been really great, and they've lasted me a while. Of course, can't live without your eye curler. I actually just started using an eyelash curler within the last year. I thought they would never worked for me because I have like short little stubby lashes and nothing would ever help them, and I always would clob on mascara and layer them thinking, oh yeah, this is really gonna help me. But I've actually started really believing in my eyelash curler. So I suggest that if you're afraid of curling your eyelashes, or just experiment, because what it really does, even if you have short little lashes, it helps lift them. And whatever you can do to help lift your lashes, it'll assist your mascara in holding it in, you know, whatever. I've been through a lot of mascara, and what really has helped is curling your eyelashes first. So I would suggest using this. I have the Shu Uemura one. And it's really important to look at your eye shape. This one is still a little too curved for me because obviously my profile is like, my eyes are like really flat. Everything, to try to get in there and your short little lashes, it's kind of like surgery, but this one works well for me. So I'm happy with this. Last but not least, I picked this up at Sephora. It's my little face extraction tool. I know it looks freaky. I don't really use this side. This side just like press out your whiteheads or blackheads or whatever. But what really has saved me from scarring and all that stuff, if you have blemishes like I do, is this little pointed side. It's called the Lancer. And if you have a really painful blemish, I know they tell you not to pop it, don't put pressure on it and things like that. But if you really need to release the fluids or the bacteria that's in the skin, and instead of pressing and squeezing on it, I highly, highly, highly suggest getting a Lancer. And what this does, it has a really fine tip point, and you can just really just pierce it. It doesn't hurt, and it lets whatever is going on in there, lets it out, and you don't have to worry about it getting infected or inflamed. But just make sure you clean this. And I really suggest getting one of these. They're at Sephora. They're in like the brush area. It was $18, $20 in the States. So this is my special little fun tool. So those were all my brushes I wanted to share with you, all my beauty tools that I use. I hope you found it helpful. If you have any questions, please comment below. If you want to see more videos, please subscribe. And I'm hoping to start making videos during the day, so I'm not like in this funky kind of lighting, but I don't know. I'm a night gal, so hopefully you guys enjoy, and I will see you guys soon. Bye!